Channel Africa and you have got something in common. The thirst for knowledge.
6:30 Central African time. That was Kabunoki with Notre Historie coming through there. I'm hoping you're having a lovely day so far. How are you doing? This is the Oasis right here on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up, the Pan-African way to wake up, and even in the pan, or what are you planning on cooking today? Let me know on the social media at Channel Africa 1 or on WhatsApp +27634069126. How are you feeling? How are you doing today? I'm hoping that the day has been kind so far. Or you're probably just defrosting. Maybe you're one of those people that just need an hour or two to just really defrost and get, ahead of the day. You need time. You need time to just feel like, okay, I'm a human, I'm here, I'm present. Life is not that terrible. I'm one of those people. Like, give me 30 minutes of pure silence. Just pure silence so that I can give you the best of the best. And that's why my morning starts so early, is because I need that time. Can we call it meditative time? Yes, we can. But I think it's so important for us to just be cognizant of that. Very, very exciting things are happening, though. Today is also a National Teachers Day. It's a day that we commemorate in South Africa to honor the teachers and honor what people are doing within the education sector, but specifically the teachers. And shout out to them. We love the teachers. We love what they do. And we look forward to, speaking to some of the teachers this week and finding out what they did to commemorate this day. We're going to get into this conversation. October is a transport month, and we're going to be speaking to the ladies who founded Kafa Bukhaleng, and we're going to speak a little bit more about that. It is a logistics, construction, and catering company, and we're going to find out why they have that company, what are some of the issues that they go through that need to be addressed. What are some of the things that in the logistics industry that we're not even aware of? You might find that there are things that happen in this industry that we don't even know because we're you kind of indoctrinated by what the media says. You might find that half of the accidents that happen on the road is because truck drivers are just so tired. You never know. I mean, working over 90 hours a week, that's insane. We work 40 hours a week, so it's almost double that amount. Imagine if you were working double the amount of time. You were on the road driving, transporting this truck to the next because of how much money, logistics has. I can honestly imagine what that world looks like. But we're going to find out from the ladies, and they're going to give us the tea about it. For now, though, let's take a short break. When we do come back, though, we are going to speak to the ladies behind Transport Month and the logistics industry to speak a little bit more about what actually goes down. This is the Oasis.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa. Channel Africa. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628. Wake up with the Oasis.
Namoro com foi a melhor coisa que aconteceu. Desejo de estar perto, tá flavo que tá perdendo. Quando Deus fazia certeza que está pensava na mim. Não aproxima sem gente, mas bem no fundo não sabia que aquele mesmo barro que deu vida dele, que foi usado para vender de mel. Incrível forma que bota camão, caminho de chupa no de amor também. Boa felicidade é de mel, gata hesita no flow, man, creu tchau. Se por acaso alguém duvida, flaco força, boa amor de mel. Mulher de vida e boa, única que completa. Sou boa, chega já bastante, nunca tem mais nenhum. Mulher de vida e boa, única que completa. Sou boa, chega já bastante, nunca tem mais nenhum. Minha cor é bom e que tem nada que te compara. Nosso coração é um só, até estrelas já notamos aqui não tá brilhando. Nunca criei outro menina, amor e diabo convencer. Nosso coração tá combinando. Que quadro que dá no fio de cor, foi mesmo dela que pintou nos amor. Coisa que falta pra mim convenceu, me apaixonaram pra poder de liceu. Pra morir boa, minha vida, tudo que precisa. Enamorado, tudo é tão perfeito. Mulher de minha vida é boa, única que completa. Sou botiga já bastante, nunca quer mais nenhum. Mulher de minha vida é boa, única que completa. Sou botiga já bastante, nunca quer mais nenhum. Na 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 na. Nunca crê mais nenhum mulher que acabou. Ué, ué, ué. Mulher de minha vida, só porque sabe amar, só porque tá com só botiga já, só porque sabe fazer me materializa. Mulher de minha vida é boa, única que completa. Sou botiga já bastante, nunca crê mais nenhum. Não, 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 não. Gari.
6:42 Central African time. All the way from Angola is Gary, who gives us Unica, and he features Looney Johnson on there. This is the Oasis right here on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing Channel Africa to wake up to this morning. What are you having for breakfast? I really cannot eat this early. One of those where at least by 11, 12ish, that's when I could have my first decent meal. Because I don't know, food just makes us so sluggish sometimes. So imagine eating in the morning and then you feel sluggish. You feel like, okay, you can't even continue with the day. You don't want to do that to yourself. In fact, don't do that to yourself. We're going to head to the top of the hour just soon, but we are going to speak to Millicent, who is going to talk to us about Transport Month. That's what we observe in October, and we can't wait for that. In the second hour, we're going to talk to an astrologer. Luckily, I have my birth chart ready, so I can't wait for her to be able to read. Maybe she'll tell me, oh no, this will be the year where you get married, or you're going to meet your soulmate this year. Who knows? Who knows? It would be nice. In fact, speaking of soulmates, so we are running a question on TikTok, right? Whether you choose marriage or money. Marriage or money. Personally, I would choose marriage. I think money is a construct that drives us insane, but does not actually give us the happiness that we require. Some of us have a lot of money, but a lot of problems on top of that. And I think that's why people kind of struggle to understand when people say money isn't everything. There's certain moments of joy that I feel like wouldn't have happened if I had the money at the time. You know, that simple pleasure that I got at that time was only doable simply because there was no money then. And plus there's love, guys. You know, like what happened to, I know that in this day and age, we have such a negative perception of love and relationships, but for me, I think they still thrive. And I'm gonna read your comments in just a moment too. I'm gonna find out what you guys are saying. Marriage or money? What's actually going down here? I can't wait to have this conversation with you all, and I'm looking forward to it. It is 6:44 Central African time. Listen to some music right here on the Oasis.
Africa Update on Channel Africa with Lulu Kabu.
Mozambique's opposition leader Ntsako Mhlanga has been charged with incitement to terrorism and disobedience. He faces a total of 5 charges. The charges relate to post-election violence that left hundreds of people dead. What punishment is he looking at?
The most severe charges are 2. One is incitement for terrorism, and also is being charged for mobilizing people for terrorism during the protests. These charges are really serious and severe. If he is condemned, is found guilty, he could serve 10 years plus years in jail, meaning that he would be banned from political participation, mainly for the 2028 and 2029 electoral cycle.
The director of CDD, the Center for Democracy and Development, Adriano Novunga.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu. 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time. The River of Wisdom on the Oasis.
Cause you know, say now you did for my conscience, now the reason why you did, gotta. And anytime when I say make you give me chop, you know even they try a jara. Oh my licha, waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my licha one. See oh my girl, I swear you they give me ginger, give me ginger. I swear you just scatter my internet. Oh baby, no go run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, say me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, say me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away.
Baby, I miss you, baby.
I know.
How you thinking? If you really love me, choose between me and the shorties I hide it. You really think that I'm blind? I wanna they do me for one night. As you they see me, I'm fragile. If you there for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
All up in my face, she go keep passing. Come make a jam your machinery.
If you there for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
Come make us solve your mathematics. Make you come solve my jagbajanti. Oh my licha, one. Waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my licha one. See oh my girl, I swear you they give me ginger one. Girl, you they make me crazy. I swear you they scatter my internet. Oh baby, no go run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, say me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look
music, love culture, love life. Then you will love Channel Africa.
Prometi pra mim que hoje nós só vamos conversar. Prometi pra mim que hoje nós não vamos nos tocar. Será? Mas o teu sorriso, o teu abraço disse logo não. Mas esse teu charme, esse teu olhar disse logo não. Quem te mandou usar esse perfume? Quem te mandou fazer isso comigo? Quem te mandou usar esse perfume? Quem te mandou fazer isso comigo? Combinamos não se tocasse que eu já tô bababué. Tipo um bebê, não precisa babeter. Combinamos não se tocasse que eu já tô bababué. Tipo um bebê, não precisa babeter. Tô bem tete, veio por mim, rolou um beijo. Eu que não queria, agora quero. Essa tua picada tem veneno. Oh, na, na, na. Quando olhas pra mim assim, não aguento mais. Quando olhas pra mim assim, aumenta a tensão. Quem te mandou usar esse perfume? Quem te mandou fazer isso comigo? Quem te mandou usar esse perfume? Quem te mandou fazer isso comigo? Combinamos não se tocasse que eu já tô bababué. Tipo um bebê, não precisa babeter. Combinamos não se tocasse que eu já tô bababué. Tipo um bebê, não precisa babeter. Você veio com intenção, caí na tentação. Isso é pura sedução. Batoteira, yeah, yeah. Batoteira, batoteira. André, yeah. Could you your music? Yeah.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
Te carry
music you love on Channel Africa.
I heard my name. Did you call me? Did you speak truth when you dug wounds? When you spill blood, did you say love? When you promised the Most High you won't betray? Do you love me now? 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 Yes, it's heavy on my heart to communicate. Absent-minded on the earth, devoted to sin, not knowing I'm dead. Your phrases are highly majestic. I'm amazed by your great linguistics. Yeah, your words are placed together to sell dubious manifestos. The end is devastating. Marriage of lies. Your words are sweet and enticing, but false condone. Still I go to the fountain where waters flow. Where the truth of arise, there I will go. Do you love me? Do you love me? I will go. Do you love me now? I know I've never been found. It's dark, for we are all blind. In solitude we know God. In public we don't like God. Is it destiny? Is it meant to be? Do you love me now? Yeah. Do you love me now? Whoa, now that everything has been said and done. Do you love me now? Hey, the system got so much control. Do you love me now? Did it I function in your madness? Do you always against sign? Whoa, love against hate. Whoa, so the man go over crashing. Whoa, tell me why can I? Oh, your love is so cold. Ooh, Lord, love me. Do you love me now?
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Top stories this hour. Mutharika returns as Malawi's president and 6 killed across the Gaza Strip. With the news at 7 o'clock, I'm Matabela Mahabe. Good morning. Peter Mutharika was sworn in for a second term as president of Malawi, promising to combat government corruption and revitalize the struggling economy. Having received over 56% of the votes, he defeated outgoing president Lazarus Chakwera, who garnered 33%. The election reflected voters' dissatisfaction with Chakwera amid an economic crisis marked by food shortages and high borrowing. In his inaugural address, Mutharika highlighted the challenges ahead, stating there is no money in government and questioned the use of borrowing funds. Onto this now, South Africa's Minister of Electricity and Energy, Ntsako Mhlanga, has encouraged households to consider using gas stoves and heaters. He officially handed over gas stoves to 5 schools and a gas refilling kiosk at a school in the Mpumalanga province. The initiative is part of the G20 Clean Cooking Legacy. Mhlanga says they will prioritize educating citizens about the importance of avoiding polluting fuel.
You can't come into a community and not explain to the elders what it means from switching from coal to gas, because they've got a relationship with coal. I can imagine even my late mother will be very upset with that change because they have a special relationship. So it's the things that we took for granted. One of the things on how we're re-looking at free basic electricity is to rethink how we can subsidize the purchasing of the gas cylinders and their refilling.
The High Court in South Africa has dismissed with cost President Cyril Ramaphosa and the government's bid to halt the constitutional damages case against them. The case seeks to hold government accountable for their conduct in obstructing the investigation or prosecutions of apartheid-era cases referred by the TRC to the NPA. Ramaphosa and the state sought a stay of the matter brought by the families and survivors of apartheid-era human rights violations pending the outcome of the TRC case's inquiry. Kenny Mapanga reports.
The High Court, in a judgment dated the 3rd of October 2025, found that these families who have waited 20 years for justice have a right to have their dispute finally determined. The court further noted that it was ironic that the government, who are the sole cause of this delay, are seeking the court to sanction yet another delay without pointing to any tangible benefits that will be achieved by the delay. As a result, the court concluded that it was not in the interest of justice to grant a stay of proceedings.
And President Donald Trump's administration plans to set a record low refugee admissions cap of 7,500 for the fiscal year, prioritizing white South Africans of Afrikaner ethnicity. This marks a significant reduction from the 125,000 cap established by former President Biden and aligns with Trump's historically restrictive immigration policies. Since he returned to office in January of 2025, Trump has frozen refugee admissions, permitting them only if deemed beneficial to the U.S. Onto this now, 6 people have been killed across the Gaza Strip following a call by U.S. President Donald Trump to halt the attacks as Hamas said it was ready for peace and agreed to release hostages. The Palestinian militant group had been given until today to accept Trump's 20-point plan or face grave consequences. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said Israel was preparing for an immediate implementation of the first stage of Trump's plan for the release of hostages. A recap of your top story. Peter Mutharika was sworn in for a second term as president of Malawi, winning over 56% of the votes against President Lazarus Chakwera. He pledged to fight government corruption and tackle the economic crisis. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Matapela Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
At 5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my earnings. Fear in my mind is a warning.
7:05 Central African Time. Welcome back to it, man. This is the second hour of the show, and we are going to be discussing a beautiful element to the world called astrology. And we're going to be having a humanistic astrologist coming into studio. We actually just went to go pick her up just now. And we're going to be speaking to her a little bit more about what our birth charts are, what they look like, what does it mean, if all of these signs do whatever, what does it mean for tomorrow, when do we meet our soulmates, do we have kids, when is it the right time to, like, it literally irons out your life. It literally explains what your life looks like in the greatest detail. It's amazing stuff. It's amazing. So I already have my birth charts, which I'm actually quite surprised at, the fact that I have my moon sign in Libra. Like, I'm actually really, really impressed, that I have my moon sign in Libra, but it also kind of makes sense. I always thought that, I always loved Libra season. It was always so kind to me and so lovely to me, but at least now I know why. I know Libra season is kind because, my moon is in Libra. The one thing I was a little bit shocked about was the Gemini, the fact that I'm a Gemini rising. Me? A Gemini? Oh my goodness. It makes sense. There's certain signs that I'm just not compatible with, like, at all. But we're going to talk about it in greater detail. So in case you know your birth chart, now's the opportunity to kind of send it through so that maybe she can read what your life is going to look like in the next year or two. Maybe she can read what to expect and what's coming up in your life, man. It's really, really exciting things that we can look forward to. On social media, we are at Channel Africa 1. On WhatsApp, +27 634069126. Also, let me know what's coming up for your day today. How are you feeling? How are you doing today? It's going to be a lovely day. I can already declare it for you. It is 7:07 Central African time. Welcome to the second hour of the show.
Africa in Business on Channel Africa.
The United States was very vocal at the beginning of South Africa's G20 presidency, and this is largely due to strained relations with South Africa at the time, that they were not really keen on participating. Where do they stand right now?
The US is planning to take over the presidency of the G20 next year, and our understanding from them is that they intend to continue to do so, and therefore it is quite difficult then to be in a situation where you are not attending deputies' meetings or discussions during our presidency and then to take over the presidency next year. From a finance track perspective, there has been engagement. We've been working on a communique last week and this week here in Zimbabwe. What's important about that is that it's a consensus document. And so all the members in the room have to agree to the language that is used there. And our US colleagues have been part of those discussions and negotiations.
Bringing the African markets into your home. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week.
Mama ndiyalila, ondililela umuzika bawa mama. 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 Wasililela umuzika bawa mama. Avuka mzi wansundu. Wasililela umuzika bawa mama. Avuka mzi wansundu. Wasililela umuzika bawa mama. Avuka mzi wansundu. Wasililela umuzika bawa mama. pasi masilwele umuzi kabawo mama uvukani izinsizwa wasilwele umuzi kababo mama uvukani izintombi wasilwele umuzi kabawo mama
From 6 till 9 a.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Your favorite songs, your favorite stories on your favorite station. This is Channel Africa.
Shaking your back, they shaking your back. Of your leg, nobody they lose, got illegally. No, I'm not about you, and I'm not so it be. I be. Better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance. Champs-Élysées, juste des Lamborghini. Ton côté body, la nefatisi. J'suis very mighty with the bagassi. On a this baby, on a baptisé. She want to get me, she love me. Better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance. Better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance.
Rima is always doing something amazing to us. You're always just dancing to something insane with him, man. That was Kelebu coming through there. Before that, Angelique Kijo with Agolo coming through. Before that, Miriam Makeba tells us Ugutu Mama Ndialila. And she was basically calling out to women to say, listen, girls, we got to get on our zoo. We can't allow the world to go up in flames just like that. We have to do something about it. It is 7:19 Central African time. I'm going to take a short break. When we come back, we have fun with the moon, the stars, the sky, the planets, and the star signs. It's going to be absolutely fun. It is 7:20 Central African time. Let's take a quick break.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
Malawians go to the polls next week in a high-stakes general election where citizens will choose a new president and 229 members of parliament. And this comes 5 years after the country's 2019 election was annulled by the Constitutional Court due to widespread irregularities in a landmark decision that overturned the victory of the then President Peter Mutharika.
I'm not saying we're a perfect government. No, nobody is. I mean, we've seen even South Africa facing challenges with the fuel that's going up and with whatever challenges. But you know what? When you are dealing with an IMF policy that says do not employ so many people because you are going to become a welfare government and all of that. And Dr. Chakwera said I've got high numbers of unemployment. As a government that is answerable to Malawians, we have found IMF policies wanting on many issues. We believe the people who pay us taxes to put us in our positions, we owe them employment at the minimum.
That's Dr. Jesse Kwabila, who's the Minister of Higher Education in Malawi.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, the River of Wisdom on the Oasis.
7:21 Central African time. Welcome back to it. We're having a good time with astrology. So I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor, and I want us to keep an open mind. Right? I know that there are people who have very different interests, but you also have questions. And today I want us to answer those questions. I'm sure you look at the stars, the moon, the sun, and you just feel like there must be more to you guys. Like, there must be more to you just being in the sky. Whenever the moon is high and it's a full moon, why do the wolves suddenly howl? Why do the oceans suddenly rise? And then you ask yourself, why do I also get really weird around the full moon as if I'm not made of water as well? I'm sure you have those questions. And if not, maybe you're a pure skeptic. And today I love skeptics. Do you know why? Because they ask questions. They ask questions more than they criticize. They want to know more and want to know more. But those who have the questions, guys, you're so shy of asking. Ask. Today is the perfect time. I mean, I'm discovering a lot of things about myself right now, which is very interesting. And we are joined in studio by humanistic astrologer Claudine Dooley.
Good morning.
You literally look like so Ntsako, my colleague, calls them earth angels.
Yeah.
So she believes that there's some of us that are here, but we also exist in the spiritual realm to protect people. So she calls them earth angels.
That's beautiful.
I know. She called me an earth angel. I was like, oh, this is romance. So I'm going to call you one of the earth angels.
I love that.
Right? So talk to us about this. You said that this kind of found you easily. What does that mean?
I think how my astrology journey started. I think started like most girls or like little girls, where we're like holding our mother's True Love magazines and we're kind of at the back of it, just kind of like, oh yeah, I guess my birthday's on the 20th of November. That means I'm a Scorpio. Like, what's that all about? And I think there was a genuine curiosity about what that is and what it's saying about me. And obviously at that point, everything seems accurate and you have your little like, my career, what is it going to be like?
Yeah.
So I think my interest started there. I think then I pivoted obviously into just like life and doing my own thing and growing up. And I worked, while I studied adverts as a environmental scientist, actually.
Wow.
Got my master's, worked in the corporate. And
Girl.
I don't know, I just felt like this place is not for me. Like there was a passion to save the world and, climate change, and I still am deeply passionate about it. But I think I was so lost and needed answers, and I don't think anything was giving me the answers I needed.
Yeah.
Therapy was cool, but I felt like it still wasn't giving me what I needed. And I still support therapy. I just think now I'm like, therapy alongside astrology for me works amazingly.
Yeah.
And then after that, I quit my job and I was like, oh, there was this thing I always liked. Like, let me actually study it.
Yeah.
Like, be serious. And I think in about 6 months, I had already like cracked down everything that I needed to know.
Wow.
But it was to know myself better. I had no intentions of being an astrologer at the time. I just needed to figure out what my next moves are going to be. I just quit my job. I don't know what I'm going to do. Have no plan. Like, my life is in disarray at that point. And I was like, I need answers. What is my career supposed to be? Like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
What are my talents? What are my limited aspects or blind spots?
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. And I think interpreting the chart, I was able to see that a little bit better. So it helped me. And then eventually, like, I have people around me like, oh, help me. And I was like, oh, I guess people want to know this. And so that's kind of how my journey started.
So now do you do like actual readings?
Yeah, that's my job.
Wow.
That is literally my job. So I don't I do readings, I teach as well. On every week I do a lesson, and then I obviously do my content on TikTok as well. Yeah.
So what was the one thing that was kind of difficult to discover about yourself? Because I know that it takes a lot of shadow work before you get to the fun, oh my gosh, when am I going to get married, how much money do I have, and the cinnamon rituals. But there's a little bit of shadow work that needs to happen, and especially that very first one, because obviously it's a regular activity, but that very first shadow work is the most awkward because it's like talking to yourself in the mirror. What is that experience for you?
It was daunting. It's nice to look at all the fun stuff, but to have other aspects that tell you some of, your more shadow aspects, your least likely and traits and your shortcomings, it's not so fun to look at that. But I always say, if you can't accept the good, if you can't accept the bad, it's really difficult to accept the good. You have to take the full story with astrology. And I think it's also what makes it accurate as a system. It's not telling you all the good stuff alone. It's going to give you the full picture. You decide which way you want to go. You could, you were telling me you're a Pisces. You could be the best of Pisces traits or the worst of them, which is addictions and escapisms, right? Or you could be an incredible creative and a beautiful healing voice. So you get the, right? Yeah. You get the full spectrum of the picture, but you kind of decide where you want your energy to lean into. And I had to confront even the dark aspects of who I can be. Yes, I can be manipulative. Yes, I can be, someone who is a little insecure, and doesn't see myself very well. But at the same time, it's because isolation is good for me, So there's aspects of myself I had to see and confront and be like, well, it's true too. So that was cool.
Do you think the world is the way that it is because of the lack of shadow work?
100%. I do. I really do. I think we live in a very avoidant society. People are seeing themselves as only material people, and we're equally spiritual as we are material. So our goals as people who are growing in life are very attached to what we can attain, which is fair. Of course, we do live in a very 3D world, but there's a whole other aspect of your livelihood and soul. And that's why when people get money and like get all the success, they still feel like, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Why is that? And it's a story you hear again and again and again. It's because there's a spiritual void that someone hasn't, contacted. You've succeeded materially, but in the spiritual plane, you're hungry, starving, suffering. And then what do? They relinquish their material stuff and go and be a monk somewhere, or go and do a retreat in, Tibetan mountains somewhere, like that's the typical story. And then they find this like great release. And I'm not saying that's everyone's story. I'm saying balance it out, like balance your material growth with your spiritual growth, so that you can be a holistically good person. Yeah.
So what is your relationship with money after kind of the shadow work and astrology, and what did money now become?
A tool. Yeah, money is no longer an extension of my identity, which it was, I would say, before. What I have, what I own says a lot about me, rather than just a tool that you use, to travel, to get yourself to new spaces where you can learn, to meet other people. Money is just a tool. Whether I have it or don't, I'm still me with the same level of value I have always had. So I think the difference in that was very, very stark. And I'm still working on my relationship and story with money. I think it's an ongoing thing. And I actually found this really cool exercise a couple of weeks ago where it was from, there was some girl on TikTok who actually had put it up on her page. I can't remember what her name is, but she said, write a letter to yourself and be very honest. Say all the things that you like about you, don't like about you, and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of it, she says, replace your name or how you refer to yourself with money. And that's what will reveal your relationship with money. And I was like, that was very interesting, because it was very true with me. Right? So it's I like kind of finding those sort of exercises that bridge your relationship to money to you, because they go hand in hand.
Yeah. So I want us to take a quick break. When we come back, I want us to kind of look at where we are. Number one, we're on a floating rock, but we don't really understand what this rock is doing, what the water means, the ground means. And, I really sound woo-woo 90% of the time, because I say these things and then, people are just like, oh, okay, well, what are you going on about? So I wanted to kind of hand the baton to you to say, you know what, as someone who is an astrologer, who did study this, who is practicing it on a day-to-day basis, what does all of this mean for us, right? And what can we do to kind of use it? I mean, we're now entering the blood moon in Aries. So what does that mean? What is going to happen in the next 2-3 days for us, especially those who are just like, the eclipse season was weird and now there's another, like, what are we doing? We're not going to even speak about the eclipse season.
No, it's done.
We're just going to ask the universe that never happens again.
No, it was rough.
That was horrible.
It was rough.
As a Pisces sun, I saw everything and I didn't need to. It is 7:30 Central African time. We'll be right back right here on the Oasis.
Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you'll be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Annie Kalonji sur Channel Africa.
Comment est-ce que les militants et sympathisants du parti Les Transformateurs ont-ils réagi face à la condamnation de Succès Masra?
La condamnation de Succès Masra ne nous a pas surpris et les militants transformateurs ont été bouleversés et indignés étant donné que le verdict est un verdict lourd, illégal, injuste et donc face à la répression dans laquelle le peuple tchadien est confronté, les militants transformateurs se sont résignés de ne pouvoir pas sortir manifester. Et donc, c'est une situation totalement absurde pour un pays. Et aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le 11 août, fête de l'indépendance. On pensait que le verdict allait être plus ou moins clément, mais le verdict est sévère.
Annie Kalonji, tous les dimanches sur Mix Vibration.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
Malawians go to the polls next week in a high-stakes general election where citizens will choose a new president and 229 members of parliament. And this comes 5 years after the country's 2019 election was annulled by the Constitutional Court due to widespread irregularities in a landmark decision that overturned the victory of the then President Peter Mutharika.
I'm not saying we're a perfect government. No, nobody is. I mean, we've seen even South Africa facing challenges with the fuel that's going up and with whatever challenges. But you know what? When you are dealing with an IMF policy that says do not employ so many people because you are going to become a welfare government and all of that. And Dr. Jagwera said I've got high numbers of unemployment. As a government that is answerable to Malawians, we have found IMF policies wanting on many issues. We believe the people who pay us taxes to put us in our positions, we owe them employment at the minimum.
That's Dr. Jesse Kwabila, who's the Minister of Higher Education in Malawi.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine. Wake up with Oasis.
7:34 Central African time. We're in studio with Claudine Duli, who is an astrologer. So there's a TikTok trend. They spoke. I saw it last week Sunday when they were like, first Sunday of the month, what you do is you blow cinnamon into your home. Like obviously today is the first Sunday of October. And then there's this other white lady. She's like, if it looks a little woo woo, do it anyway.
So bad.
I found that so cute, and I was
hilarious.
like,
yeah, it's
yeah,
really cute.
it looks a little woo because now you're standing behind your door and you're just like, you know, because you want abundance that month. And guys, who wouldn't want abundance? How? Like, yes, money is, but do you know how nice it is to be able to say, I'm going overseas next week because of the money.
That's money.
It's a very nice thing.
I love it. Yeah.
So we live on a planet, a floating rock with credit scores. We got unlucky with that one. But there's the likes of Mars and Venus and Pluto and Jupiter and Uranus. And we got taught that these planets are just there, right? And I know that the God I serve is more intentional than that. When we look at the stars and how they form beautiful patterns in the evening, some are shining brighter than others on other days. Then the moon takes so many different forms. And we're just like, hey, well, how do you do that? Like, how are you doing that? What do all of these things mean?
I think meaning with planets takes on different tiers, right? So if you're an astronomer, right, you're looking at the planets purely for their mechanical or physical effects. I think how much gas is there, how many moons are there, and what are the more tangible aspects of the planet. If you're an astrologer, you're looking more at the metaphysical aspects of planets, right?
Yeah.
So we've assigned, or people from ancient civilizations where astrology started, which is ages ago, right, in the Babylonian civilization, they then started to assign meaning to planets through their gods, right? Zeus and is Jupiter and stuff like that. So from then, meanings were assigned to planets because they studied that when a particular sort of revolution of a planet happens, or when they can see a certain planet from a distance at this time of year, certain things start happening around them. So they observed the relationship between certain celestial events and what was happening on the ground. And when you have years of observation and a lot of data being collected, pretty soon you've collected a whole bunch of information of what certain planets do, right? And over time, they're able to change that or adjust it. And that's how sort of the system of astrology came along. It was the study of what am I seeing happening up there and how can I correlate it to what's happening down here?
Yeah.
And did it happen again when I saw that up there and the same thing happened that I saw the last time? And if that keeps happening again and again and again, we start seeing the pattern. And I think that's sort of astrology. It's as above, so below, which is one of the universal laws, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the meaning of planets. You decide what meaning you want to take from it. Is it a gaseous sort of random thing that just lies there, or is there a deeper meaning to it, right? In our solar system? Because I really don't think things are just randomly placed there. What would be the point?
Yeah. And I think also with why would you do that? Like, why would you create something so big for nothing?
And it's beautiful, and yes, we admire it, but
why?
Yeah,
like why?
Yeah,
like
why?
So it's just there. Okay, that doesn't sound like...
And why that distance, and why that size, and why those effects, and why those minerals compared to Earth that has life on it that we know of. There's so many whys, and it's by design. Yeah.
I want to ask a controversial question. In religious texts, do you think that those who held a lot of astrology and earthly secrets and godly secrets tried their best to conceal it from us? Because when I read the Bible now versus then, I'm like, those three kings who followed stars, hey? Like,
No, I fully believe that 100%. Especially, I'm going to totally misquote this, but something along the lines of those who have ears that hear and eyes that see. And I think people take whatever the Bible says very literally, and they're allegories, right? A story within a story. So when you read the Bible, which I absolutely love, and I think people think I'm an astrologer, that I am totally like anti-religion, and I think the Bible is one of the best tools for self-development. Any religious text, I think, if you know how to read it well, which is that it's an allegory. It's not a direct word for word literal type of thing. You need to know how to decode it, and those who have eyes that see and ears that hear, you'll be able to see the meaning behind what's being said. The number 12 comes out a lot. Like, you see repeated I want to say patterns in how the stories are told. Even, kind of looking at the Last Supper, and it's all the star signs lined up in one place. But, people will be like, no, it's a lie, whatever. The Bible says no divination. Rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, well, it depends what you use it for.
Sure.
Right? They were guided by the stars. There were 3 wise men, right? No one said that was evil. So are you using it for dark aspects, or are you using it to be enlightened and to free yourself in some sort of way? So, controversial question, but I agree. I think there's definitely hidden texts and hidden motives. So that it wouldn't land up in people who weren't taking it seriously enough to understand what was written there.
I don't know though. I feel so... Like, it feels like, those people that are standing on the sidewalk with those billboards of like, guys, the end is near, the end is... Like, sometimes it feels like that, right? Because now that you're kind of on the other side of it, I went from being completely, like, against astrology. I was like, wait, what does this even mean? No, it's not true. Things are just literal. And then I kind of went through a bit of an existential crisis. Like that it's not even a tower, it's a tower upside down moment. And you kind of say, okay, God, like, this world feels deeper than what you're presenting to me or what is being presented, right? And I took time to understand what he looks like in different contexts. So I saw the God of Islam, I saw the God of Buddhism, and I was like, who are these people, right? And my worry is that the lack of education that people subject themselves to makes us, I think, more violent.
100%.
I think the violence that happens in the world is because of that. Because at some point I remember mentioning it at the dinner table, and I was like, oh, so now you're gonna convert. It's like, no, I'm educating myself.
Yeah.
And also I'm someone who works with different nations, you know. So I work with people who are Muslim, I work with Jewish people, and with Asian people as well. And everyone believes in different things, you know. And the closest thing that I think would be astrology is the Chinese culture. You know, the way that they view the world is very, very close to astrology. In fact, not even like they're right there, right? Yeah. So it was just interesting that I think the lack of education makes us more violent, right?
It does. And I think, just to add to your point, lack of education leaves you in the dark. And what happens in the dark? You have fear. Right? So especially because with a lack of education, you almost entrust other people outside of you with your livelihood, quite literally, your worldview, your beliefs, and those are the two driving points of the reality you experience, your worldview and your beliefs. Those two things will either have you being poor, rich, happy, sad. It's literally your perspective of the world. So when you entrust other people with those aspects of yourself, you feel a sense of lack of power. And how do you find control? By dominating, which makes you violent, which makes you paranoid and on edge when things don't go the way that you've been told that they go. Rather than going out there and being a seeker, right? Like I always say, even today, what I believe, it could change tomorrow. I am a seeker. Like I'm just here to like move through the world, finding answers and moving from faith to faith if I want to, and belief system to belief system. As I learn, I grow and I share, right? And I've always told the people who like listen to me and follow me, like, you know, you're here because you enjoy the journey. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to be like, here are interesting ways to go find yourself a little deeper or see the world in a little bit of a deeper way. So yeah.
What is the most fascinating thing? Because I think everyone just has that one moment where you're like, whoa. What is the most fascinating thing you discovered in this journey?
I suppose that my journey on this plane was somewhat already written for me before I lived it. Yeah. And someone might be like, that sucks in a way. And I'm like, no, it doesn't, because the journey might be written, but the steps I take are completely up to me. Right? And the everyday of it is completely up to me. But I think it's almost like having a backdrop. Like, this is your assignment.
A mind map.
Yeah. This is your assignment in life. And I think we walk around being extremely confused about our own identities. You know, I wish I had an instruction manual on life. You do. You absolutely do. And you have choice in that. I think people have also brought up the idea like, okay, well, if astrology tells you who you are and what you are, then like, what's the point of free will? I was like, it doesn't remove free will. I think
it adds to it.
It adds to it. In fact, you know, you have more choice now that you know what you're deciding based on, and you're not just floating and endlessly, you know? And yeah, I think that was the most like wow moment. Is I've been so like lost and like stumbling for answers about what's going on and who am I, and I have had insane identity crises. Like I'm a sun in 12th house, which is the house of Pisces. Understanding myself is difficult, right? When you have a sun in 12th house, the ego is hidden. So you know, people come into this world with a very sureness, like I love sport and I'm gonna be an athlete. I didn't have a pull towards anything. So it besides loving and changing the world in some kind of way, but in what ways? How do you want to do it? What's your way of being able to move through the world? And that level of being lostness can, you know, remove you from reality in a very scary way. So I think finding out that like actually there is an assignment, or there is a thing for you to understand yourself, that was really cool.
So I'm really glad that you said that, because I think that's the one thing that spirituality does, and it's so inherently African. You know, the Africanness of astrology and spirituality was so removed and so seamlessly. And you know, my mom said something very interesting yesterday, and she said it in passing, and I don't think she understands the power of what she said. She said, you know, I really wish there were things that we were able to ask our ancestors.
Beautiful.
And I was like, yo, and you can imagine, you thinking, oh, my grandmother, oh, cutesy patootie, went through life. But imagine the secrets that our ancestors sit with. Imagine the secrets that our elders sit with. I mean, these people were astrologers way before us, way before. And worse, they had to really inherently seek this knowledge. With us, at least we have things like TikTok. I can just find you on TikTok and be like, okay, if I want to see where I'm going to find the love of my life, I can just ask you, or I can DM you. They didn't have that. They really had to
sat
seek.
there and saw it.
Yeah. So it's so... It's unfortunate that the Africanness of it has been removed, but I think now with generations like you, like Nombuso, like myself, who are saying, no, I'm sorry, it will look woo-woo and allow us to do that, but we're doing a generational reset,
100%.
So that our kids can kind of be raised in this home that is woo-woo, but comfortably so.
And I want to say, like, most of us, our generation or so, we likely have a Pluto in Scorpio or a Pluto in Sagittarius. And those are the signs of truth, the generations of truth, right? So if you see us, like, being all woo-woo and being a little bit more expansive on our sense of beliefs and what is true of the world and what is not, we were destined to be the generation that changed things, right? Oof. And that saw the world in a different light. And astrology tells us that. Yeah. Generations before had to cultivate, civilizations and like build buildings and focus on money and all of that kind of stuff. But all of that is kind of crumbling as well, right? How we view money. It's just we've hit the ceiling in just certain things. So it's our duty, so people who are still skeptical, really happy for you. And one day you'll cross over.
Oh, no. We were all there. Don't worry. We were all there. Yeah. And then there's that one moment. Yeah. Or that one tower moment in your life where you're just like, there has to be more than this.
The towers are 16, hey. Yeah, it is. It is. That I know for sure. Anyway. So,
we're going to get to a really fun part. Nombuso asked me very nicely. It is a very, like, I don't want to say sensitive because then it kind of removes, but it's a very, like, intimate thing, reading your birth charts on air. But you know what? We're comfortable.
Are you sure?
Why are you saying that?
I'm just asking how comfortable you are. I'm happy to do it, but I'll lay off just things that might be a little too intense.
Okay.
Or start off if you're like, no, there's a lot. Just let me know.
The thing is, I'm really an open book.
Okay, great. That's
I own my truth. Like, dude, you can't tell me about my shadow. I know it. Okay. Like, I know what's there. I know when you said addictions is I was like, yes, Pisces, groovists. Yeah, we're the biggest groovists because we have to run from something. So no, I'm comfortable with that. But we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna give it to you so that you have a moment, and I'll be like, you know what? Let's lay the cards out there. 7:49 Central African time. This is the Oasis.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Kabla ya kwenda mbali zaidi, tuanze kwanza kwenye background yako, maana kila kazi, kila jambo linakuwa na historia yake. Riziki Alema ni nani?
Riziki Alema ni mwimbaji wa nyimbo za Injili, ni mama na ni mke pia.
Umesema wewe ni mama wa familia pia. Vipi unagawa muda wako namna gani kwenye masuala ya muziki na majukumu ya familia?
Okay, cha kwanza sio jambo rahisi, lakini anaweza sema upande mwingine ni rahisi kama utakuwa umejitambua. Kwa sababu mbaya ni ile kuchukua masuala ya masaa ya kazi na masaa ya familia na masaa ya huduma. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tu mimi huwa natenganisha. Nikiwa ndani sio Riziki Alema, sio mwimbaji. Nikiwa ndani najua mimi ni mke na ni mama pia.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Let the weekend unfold with calm, clarity, and connection. On the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga, your peaceful companion. Only on Channel Africa.
7:50 Central African time. We are with Claudine Dooley, who is an astrologer, and she has my birth chart here. And why does she have that look on her face?
I'm like,
Okay, you know what? I really am an open book, and I wouldn't want to deprive people of this experience because maybe they want the same. I don't want us to be light with it. Go ahead. This is my truth. Let's rock.
Sure. So, first things first, I like to focus on the sun, moon, and rising because I think those are the traits that people know most.
Yeah.
So you have a sun in 10th house, which is our space of career, success, what we're celebrated most for in society, which is our 10th house.
Mm-hmm.
And having a sun there makes you quite career oriented from an identity perspective. You want to do well. And in Pisces, it's a creative career or a healing career. So people who have Pisces suns in 10th houses are either artists or going to be healers, very much doing the spiritual thing full on, musicians, very creative individuals, or people who just want to heal in some kind of way. I've seen doctors with this because whether you're doing it mechanically or through physics or not, the modality is to heal and inspire and change, right? So that's a Pisces sun. And it is making a beautiful aspect trying to Mars in your 6th house of Scorpio. You're extremely determined, crazy, and it's in your house of work, of service, and of work, health, and health. So what a Mars in Scorpio, and Mars is currently in Scorpio as we speak, so I know you're feeling super amped. Yeah. So what a Mars in Scorpio does is one of the most determined signs, right? A Mars in Scorpio, if they have a target to reach something, there's nothing you're gonna do in this world that's gonna stop them. Nothing. It's one of the most determined signs. So I think that being linked to your sun, you're extremely determined in your place of work. Climbing up whatever career path that you have set for yourself, no one's going to stop you. Your goals are ambitious, your dreams are very ambitious, and I think you're going to do whatever it takes to kind of get there, which kind of comes through in your chart. Now let's talk about relationships, because I don't want to spend too much time on the smaller details, but you have something we call Chiron in the 7th house. Chiron is not a planet, it's an asteroid, and it's called the wounded healer. So having it in your 7th house and Pluto right next to Pluto. So you have Chiron and Pluto conjunct, meaning they're sitting within 6 degrees of each other. Makes relationships really difficult.
Hey, girl.
Really, really difficult. It's almost like your wounding comes through relationships. Some of the biggest tests you faced in life are through relationships. You're even questioning your own self-value comes through relationships. So I think that's the biggest test of your life. Career is going to be great. Money, great, right? It's the love space where you're I don't know what's going on here and who is my person and when am I going to find them? And I think we were talking about Jupiter then telling us more information since your 7th house is in, Sagittarius, and your Jupiter sits in Aries in the 11th house. When you've reached your highest dreams and aspirations, because the 11th is our goals, dreams, and aspirations. So once you've gotten to the point where you're really, really happy with who you are and what you've achieved, it's going to be so much easier, and you're going to be in the rooms that allow you to meet your person, right? So because 11th house is the pinnacles of achievement, now that you're getting rewarded for all the work that you put in. So it's almost I kind of have to look at me and what I want to do and get there, and then I will be in the space now where the person who's good enough and understands me and what I'm trying to achieve and do will meet each other, will find each other. So that's there as well, and it's right on top of your midhaven. So 100%, it's almost like your career ambitions need to come first, and then you'll meet them. Any other questions before I continue?
Go for it.
No questions.
On the nose.
So career-wise, so you have your midhaven conjunct Mercury with Jupiter and Venus. This girl's career is crazy. So it's in the 11th house, which is the house of media, journalism, broadcasting, social media as well. The ability, and the 11th house is about speaking to a mass number of people. So nothing you do, it's how do we use our impact and voice to impact society on a great scale? Hence it rules over media and communication. So having all these planets there, your mind, your way of speaking is to get your message through to many people at once. So it's I'm not shook that this is what you do. It's so crazy with that. And I don't think you're gonna ever experience difficulty via career, because it's right there conjunct Jupiter, which is a benefic planet. It's to expand, it's abundance, right? The only thing is that your Venus is in Aries, which is Venus does not like being in Aries, right? It's what we call a planet in its detriment. So it can make you very impulsive. So even as you consider your growth and your long-term growth career-wise, not one to be too power hungry, that it you lose meaning in what you were doing, why you started out first of all, because you started getting power hungry, but to stay the course even when you get bored sometimes. Right? Like there can be a sense of like, oh man, like the idea was sick, I'm over it though, let's move on to something else. So to be able to sort of stay the course there as well. Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's weird that I want to do this with my children one day, like literally, but when they say, oh, I want to be a princess, no, bring me your birth chart. All right. That is sensational. That makes so much sense. Yeah, everything makes sense. Career-wise, yeah. I'm dangerously ambitious.
You have a really I want to say you respect your father's work ethic quite a lot.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay,
yes,
cool.
I do. Yeah.
Quite an inspirational person in your like workspace.
Yeah.
With the sun in 10th house.
Yeah, he was actually at SABC.
Makes sense.
For like 15 years before, and then he went into government and then worked in education. So I'm here at SABC now, and I have a learning center. So I literally kind of not mirrored, but kind of expanded what he had already planted. He planted a lot of seeds in my life.
Beautiful.
And yeah, the healing part, yes, I work with kids. We help them with their schoolwork and all of that. So, and even just like when I speak, like for me, I would just find myself like kind of doing that. So I think what you said kind of put the permanent marker on certain things. Hey, relationships, girl.
That part.
Yes, in there. Guys, if I were to tell you, like that department, I've completely said, you know what? I'm going to leave you for now. Let's focus on what's important, which is the work and the ambitions. And I appreciate that. But I wish more people had that. Imagine having that younger. You already know that this is the career that dude, you're in.
Yeah.
Like that's such a beautiful thing. I would highly recommend people getting their birth chart read. In fact, know your birth chart. I didn't even know all the other stuff, but the fact that it's in media, I'm like, okay, in social media, let me get my vlog on, girl.
No, please do. When you have a Leo North Node, like in 3rd house, it's crazy how your voice is like supposed to be loud and heard, and your thoughts are supposed to be loud and heard, and not only because it's influential, because it impacts people so positively. Like, it's crazy. Your chart is insane. Like, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. But yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Thank you, darling.
I mean, apart from the relationship stuff, but that'll come out.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, as long as the success is important,
exactly.
Guys. Where can we find you? I feel like I'm low-key gonna hijack you for my family, because I feel like everyone just needs to sit down and read their birth chart so that you know exactly what you should be doing, right?
100%. So I'm on Instagram and TikTok as Claudine Dooley, one word, no extra characters. TLHODI. No, it's kind of confusing spelling, but yeah, that's about it. And I have my email address on my bios if you need direct access, but that's kind of where I live socially.
That's amazing stuff. And I'm really hoping that people take this opportunity, because that was sensational. Because you have no idea. Right now I'm like, okay, cool. I need to plan the vlog for the next week. I'm traveling. Like, why not? You know, let's elevate the voice that already exists, that supports you.
Absolutely.
Amazing stuff. It is 8 a.m. Central African time. I know that Matapela is on standby to give us the news. On social media, we are at Channel Africa 1. It's time for news.
SABC News. The African perspective.
Thank you, Ntsako. Top stories this hour. Mutharika returns as Malawi's president, and global pro-Palestinians rallies defy calls to pause. Good morning. Peter Mutharika was sworn in for a second term as president of Malawi, promising to combat government corruption and revitalize the struggling economy. Having received over 56% of the votes, he defeated outgoing President Lazarus Chakwera, who garnered 33%. The election reflected voters' dissatisfaction with Chakwera amid an economic crisis marked by food shortages and high borrowing. In his inaugural address, Mutharika highlighted the challenges ahead, stating there is no money in government and questioned the use of borrowed funds. And South Africa's Minister of Electricity and Energy, Ntsako Mhlanga, has encouraged households to consider using gas stoves and heaters. He officially handed over gas stoves to 5 schools and a gas filling kiosk at a school in Mpumalanga province. The initiative is part of the G20 Clean Cooking Legacy. Mhlanga says that they will prioritize educating citizens about the importance of avoiding a polluting fuel.
You can't come into a community and not explain to the elders what it means from switching from coal to gas, because they've got a relationship with coal. I can imagine even my late mother will be very upset with that change because they have a special relationship. So it's the things that we took for granted. One of the things on how we're re-looking at free basic electricity is to rethink how we can subsidize the purchasing of the gas cylinders and their refilling.
A peace deal between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo has hit a setback after both sides have failed to agree on an economic framework. The U.S. brokered deal was expected to unlock billions of dollars in investment, boost cross-border trade and help end the year of conflicts in the eastern DRC Congo. The SABC Chris Okamringa has more details.
The renewed tensions follow a dramatic ruling by a Congolese military court which sentenced former President Joseph Kabila to death in absentia for treason and war crimes linked to the M23 rebellion. Kabila, who ruled the DRC for 18 years, has not been seen in public for months.
And the South African Department of International Relations and Cooperation says the negotiations are underway to ensure the release of South Africans who participated in the global Samud flotilla. This comes as the Israeli Foreign Ministry said that it had deported 137 activists from 14 countries who participated in the 42-boat flotilla. South Africa was not one of the 14 countries. The Israeli military intercepted the lost vessel on Friday and detained 450 activists, including Swedish environmental activist Greta Thunberg and 4 South African activists, including Nelson Mandela's grandson, Mandla Mandela. Spokesperson for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, Crispin Piri, elaborates.
They are currently held in custody. We do know that they are safe, and we still reiterate our call that they must not be harmed and that no impediments should be put in place for their release. We do have a specialized team that is able to engage with them, but we do understand that processes for their deportation are underway. We can't provide a time frame as yet, but some detainees have been released, and I think that's a sign that indeed there's room to make progress.
And pro-Palestinian demonstrations have been taking place in countries around the world, including New Zealand and Spain. In Britain, demonstrators gathered despite calls for the Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the police to postpone because of a deadly attack on a synagogue on Thursday. The organisers of the gathering in London, a group called Defend Our Juries, are urging the UK government to revoke its decision to ban the Palestine Action Group. These people are among the protesters.
Because I'm a Jew and because I'm the daughter of a Holocaust survivor, I feel compelled to come and do whatever I can to support people who are trying to stop this genocide.
I'm disgusted by the police, actually. They shouldn't be arresting non-violent protesters here. We have a right to protest, and Palestine Action is not a violent organisation. It should never have been prescribed in the first place.
In a recap of your top story, Peter Mutharika was sworn in for a second term as president of Malawi, winning over 56% of the votes against outgoing president Lazarus Chakwera. He pledged to fight government corruption and tackle the economic crisis. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Matapala Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
8:05 Central African time. Welcome back to it. We're in the third and final hour of the show, and in this hour we're going to be getting into some music because there is new music out, and it's very exciting to see people investing in their music, writing music. They're back in studios. People are doing amazing things, and it makes me so happy. Whenever I see some creative work, it excites me so much. Like when I was looking at yesterday, I was watching some television, and I was just watching the level of creativity that is being displayed now is actually insane. Like it is actually not normal at the rate that people are being creative. It is the most beautiful thing ever. Like I'm watching some pieces, and you know when you listen to the scripting and you're like, what? Like you wrote that? Like someone wrote that. So it's good to know that even in the era of ChatGPT, even in the era of ChatGPTs, people are still in their creative bag. It's absolutely exciting. Listen, if you want to get your birth chart read out, please visit Claudine Dooley and send her an email so that you can get this done. Because, I mean, just sitting here realizing that if I read this 5 years ago, I would have left corporate. I mean, what was I doing in corporate? In literally an office. Like, I'm literally sitting and asking myself, okay, wait. I was in corporate, in an office, not talking to anyone. No wonder I was feeling so misaligned. No wonder life was just not making sense. And then you're with a partner who is very soft. And no wonder that relationship, like no wonder. I think it also kind of makes the journey of your life a little bit clearer. And I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if it's because I'm an anxious person or for me, if you have a mind map of my life, give it to me. Like, if you have a mind map on my life, give it to me. Claudie, please repeat. Do you have any contact details that people can use besides the email to hit you up, or the DMs open?
DMs are open. That's
yeah.
literally what I use and how people contact me. And my links to everything that you need to book are there on my social media. So yeah, and it comes automatically to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Have you read like a really insane birth chart where you're like, I need you to find the nearest, like you need to go to the waters and cleanse? Like this is crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a birth chart that I want to say is worse than my own. I think categorically speaking, and someone who had a birth chart that was similar to mine because we were born a couple of days apart. But yeah, my birth chart's pretty brutal, I won't lie. And yeah, another girl I met as well who had a Pisces stellium in the 8th house. Insane abuse, sexual abuse, drug abuse. I mean, yeah, another one whose mother unalived their father. I mean, I've seen insane things. It's crazy. And it's awful. But like, it's part of the work, right? And you can see it in the chart, like sort of these violent acts, but also really great things, right? It's all there, and it's been really interesting.
That's the fact that you were able to read all of that on the chart, I think is sensational.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's an art, to be honest. I think it's just one of those.
It's a really cool art.
Yeah. It's art. Like, wow. Impressive. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is low-key the clarity that I needed, and I know that those who kind of seek the same clarity, who's able to just kind of get a sense of what life is right now, you know, at least now they know where to reach you. Thank you so much for your time and your gift and sharing your gift with us. And that worst birth chart, you know what? You're still an amazing person.
No, absolutely. I love my birth chart now.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I think when I first saw, I was like, what is going on? But now I totally get why it has to be that way. Yeah 100%.
It is 8:09 Central African time. It is a lovely musical hour. Let me know what your plans are today on +276 3406 9126.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mokoenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Call us on +27 63 406 9126.
I can see my whole world changing.
And contribute to the conversation.
Ausi a con soare le tle dumela.
ke kopa fela metsotso se me kae ya go bua le wena ausi ruri ke ya ikokobetsa go thwe ngwana yo wa saleleng mo swela taring ke khale ke ntse ke ho bona o feta fa ke khale ke la ka tsa ho bua le wena a ke dumele ore shono ya ka e horo e ke te ya lora uri upieno ke le bane le wena ausi ne te ke hore ke a horada ausi ne te ke hore ke a iswela ausi ne te ke hore ke a holora ke la ke sa rolale Semola go bona bontle bo tjaka wena ausi palesa e rate khansele mo le mariga kene ke go bona la tlaine ke te ke bona le ngeloi kacheno jona jo itu meze hape ke mo kacheno ifike tsetakazo yaka hawale hape Feke hobona Pelu ya me Besa kabona ko Jaka sapu sapisi Ili momo chaho Ausi Nete ke hore ke a horanda Mwane so ke a horanda Ausi Nete ke hore ke a iswela Ausi ke a iswela Ausi Nete ke hore ke a holora Ke horanda le rato Kabo hamaruri
Start your mornings with inspirational stories.
8:19 Central African Time. It's Angelique Kidjo coming through with Africa. I already said that. What's happening? Why am I stumbling over my words? I think I'm still shocked. It's nice when you kind of have your destiny ironed out like that. Amazing stuff, guys. You know, the world is really big and beautiful, and the more you discover, the more beautiful it gets, you know. And I think that's what I'm kind of enjoying right now in life right now, especially the waters. I think when I was asking Claudie the question about what was the one thing that, really was that wow moment for her, I would say the water. Like I the power of water for me was it. I used to just enjoy like oceans and rivers, and I just liked them. But then when I got to study water and understand who water is and how one could actually just manifest using water, and I was just like, water, who are you, dude? Like, you're actually so magnificent. Like it was a wonder to me. I think it was probably the first wonder of the world. I know I see the Taj Mahal, I see the Great Wall of China, and I appreciate all of them. But let's talk about water for a second, man. It is 8:20 Central African Time. I'm going to be speaking to Seriously Daniel, who is an artist. And after spending years in China, he's coming back with some soulful music, which celebrates colored identity, roots, and pride, and reminding us that music heals and connects as well. We're going to be speaking to him about his new song, Hosh, and I can't wait to unpack this one. We're talking about things like mental health, identity, and the fact that it's done through music, something that's relatable, is even better. 8:20, this is the Oasis.
Madapiri pazoshitika. Madapiri pazoshitika.
Boma la dziko la South Sudan alengeza kuti wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wa dziko lo Riek Machar akuyenera kuyankha mlandu ofuna kulanda dziko wakupha komanso okonza ziwawa, ndipo mtolankhani wathu nkummawa kwa Africa Afresa unene akuwunikirapo.
Muchikalata chomwe chinalengezedwa ndi nduna yoona zamalamulo komanso chilungamo ya dziko la South Sudan, chikalatachi chinalengeza kuti wachiwiri kwa president wa dzikolo Riek Machar apezeka ndi milandu yokupha, yofuna kuwukira boma komanso kulanda dziko ndi kuyambitsa ziwawa. Riek Machar akhala akusungidwa mokakamizidwa ku nyumba kwawo kuyambira mwezi wa Marichi chaka chino. Mwezi wa Marichiwu asilikali omwe mbuyomu anali mgulu lomwe limagwira ntchito limodzi ndi Machar anamenyana ndi asilikali a boma a South Sudan Defense Forces SPDF mu chigawo cha White Nile dziko
Zochitika pa nthawi ya 6 koloko kufikira 7 koloko madzulo, lolemba mpaka lachisanu ndi Madapiri.
Rejuvenate your mind.
Kuvirwa nemurume anga zvino na moyo wekushinga, usaore moyo kanderea Mwari andewe, usaore moyo kanderea Mwari andewe, Mwari andewe kanderea Mwari andewe.
mwari andiwe upenyu imindupin ngwarira mhepo dzezviedzo usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe shingaira kandereya mwari andiwe usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe shinga moyo shinga mwari andiwe rufu runeshanje kutsaura manodanana usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe usaore moyo kandereya mwari andiwe shinga moyo shinga mwari andiwe
The rhythm of Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Yo yala, let namane ko banga. Sayar mande atona, jekal malima ya, lima gente yem mande, ya di buria aput dole, ya sama borong, ya nyuk boleh mo, ama yele fiore ke ya mejo, ya fici tu ya fi muje, ya nyuk yore ya fe. Sayar mande my ear, I do dirty salad. Sutural my best, moment le tonye. You record the bobby, fete le chingorge. Polek mo minefi, puro janta kwerbe. You record the bobby, fete le chingorge. Polek mo minefi, puro janta kwerbe. Todo golpe gana, solo le veneno na. Foma tek te guna, fagam na ne jamu. Usirat taxawé bés bu jam ñepp di tiit sama xol bi dina sédé bëggoon naa yow nent bi fonkoon naa ñi ma mag daana bokko li ma am daan yeesal ca waxtu ba donte xam naa ma tuba yërëm moon naa gone lool donte dama bari tooñ ate ma sa yërmande ndax dama laa réere woon ma fonko waxtu duma nitu leer yàlla bu ma reba deeti bu sirata xawee bés bu jam ñepp di tiit sama xol bi dina seede bëggoon naa yoo nent bee duma nit ku baax dinaa jéem a fonko waxtu duma nitu leer yàlla bu ma reba deeti bu sirata xawee bés bu jam ñepp di tiit sama xol bi dina seede bëggoon naa yoo nent bee salatoma alhamdulillah kusanti yalla yalla dolillah tu mama sada yalla je magalla yaay buri buri ya man defal ma yow rek ya man ya am te ya xam yow rek ya day yaay dindi yaay def dégg naa di ma wax seetaanoo ma benn yoon te loo ma li ma joxoon lu ma def li ma defoon del nga ma teraloon ñëwuma saa benn moroom def àdduna sama xol fàtte liñ waxante woon moytuloo nga ma sonoo man ma def ko àndandoo yeneen tu waxal borom léegi mu jégal ma samay tool
Oasis on Channel Africa.
Show me the way I can go. Take me by the hand. Show me the way.
the river of wisdom on the Oasis.
8:35 Central African time. Welcome back to it. Some good old music from Papa Wemba with Show Me the Way. Before that, some music from Senegal, kickstarting your morning. If you have some music you want to submit, maybe you're someone who is having a soulful career, or you're in the studio and you're like, guys, I'd love for you to play my music, then hit us up on WhatsApp, +27634069126. Then we pass it on to the powers at B. It's music at channelafrica.co.za. You can also submit it there. Usually, if you want to get a really fast response, then go to music at channelafrica.co.za. We're going to have Mr. Seriously Daniel, who's going to be joining us in studio, and we're going to unpack his music. He is celebrating colored heritage and identity. So I know that C word tends to trigger a lot of people a lot. So colored is a race recognized in South Africa. These are people that come and derive from the Khoisan, culture, and obviously over the years through different relationships coming in, they identify as colored. And I know that when Tyler says these things publicly, it becomes a whole war, but it's a race, guys. I know that historically our races were not recognized. It was kind of black or white, and that's it. It's either you were black or you would see whether you were white or non-white, but that's not the case anymore. We're able to proudly identify ourselves. It is at 8:35 Central African time. We're going to give Seriously Daniel some time to settle in, and then we have a great conversation. We're also going to find out from the Tech Africa team what is coming up and what we can look forward to. I know that they've got an amazing show planned. Also, Selena's behind the desk this time, so I know she got something up her sleeve. It is 8:37 Central African time.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
Malawians go to the polls next week in a high-stakes general election where citizens will choose a new president and 229 members of parliament. And this comes 5 years after the country's 2019 election was annulled by the Constitutional Court due to widespread irregularities in a landmark decision that overturned the victory of the then President Peter Mutharika.
I'm not saying we're a perfect government. No, nobody is. I mean, we've seen even South Africa facing challenges with the fuel that's going up and with whatever challenges. But you know what? When you are dealing with an IMF policy that says do not employ so many people because you are going to become a welfare government and all of that. And Dr. Chakwera said I've got high numbers of unemployment. As a government that is answerable to Malawians, we have found IMF policies wanting on many issues. We believe the people who pay us taxes to put us in our positions, we owe them employment at the minimum.
That's Dr. Jesse Kwabila, who's the Minister of Higher Education in Malawi.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine. On Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
Batung onale kharibe mona libitso la yona useletso babang bare umobi kharibe yakale ababambare umobi unna ke babala babang bare omobe kharibe yaka ababambare umobi unna snakamegisa tala pusele tsoki waka pusele tsoki waka murada pusele tsoki waka pusele tsoki waka murada pusele tsoki waka pusele tsoki murada pusele tsoki waka pusele tsoki murada pusele tsoki waka pusele tsoki murada pusele
No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love on Channel Africa.
Fils de l'éternel, Mr. K. C'est Dieu fait la force. Mr. Elvis, baby. Oh chérie, mina jalawe, amoureux, mina jalawe, baby oh, mina jalawe, amoureux, mina jalawe, chérie, mina jalawe, chérie, mina jalawe, je t'aime comme le mien quand la veille je te suis. La première fois que je t'ai vu mon regard s'enflamme. T'aimes peu de moi que je te donne tout mon âme. Ça réveille toi je vais passer tout ma life. Baby girl, je t'aime fort. Ça fait toi que je vais tout me girl. Baby girl, je t'aime fort. Baby girl, moi je t'aime. Motema ekatani chérie. Bolingo ekatani bébé oh.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa. The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga.
Push my ones, last chance for the mincer. Is it my, is it liquor? Push my ones, last chance for the mincer. Is it my, is it liquor? It's yet another one coming from the cool cat, colored man, keeping it a buck like snacks from the motherland. Hot not changed to a hot shot. Always bring the heat like summer to the top spot. Except don't jello my vibes in the videos. I had the krach for Escom, started shedding loads. So funk tips from the finest, watch really close. I got the fire, but you already know. Speak the truth where I come from, they call it varied. I'm getting older, but I know it's never too late. I'm from the era of apple munchies and Kool-Aid, and getting ice cream out the church on a Sunday. I remember starting brides with the braza, cause shine good, either blackie or a lager. Mr. Kurd told me I must dollar what I dollar. Do it for the fam and the love and the zaga. Push my Owens, last chance for the mincer. Is it not, is it liquor? Push my Owens, last chance for the mincer. Is it not, is it liquor?
It is a seriously Daniel with Hosh coming through there. Some really groovy music.
Laka, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us in studio. I absolutely love it. Welcome to the Oasis. Welcome to Channel Africa. How are you feeling today?
I am feeling blessed and highly favored. It's a Sunday.
Love to see it. So you are making sure that you are putting the colored Mensa on the map. Talk to us about that. Your music. You spent some time in China.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, the time in China has been shorter than obviously the time home overall. So really going to China, you can take me out of South Africa, but you can't take South Africa out of me.
Wow.
And especially Mzansi, it's home. It's where the heart is, where the flavor is. This is where we get our soul fire. Yeah.
So even when you came back and decided that, you know what, you're going to, spread the music and put the colored people on the map, the colored identity, what would you describe as the colored identity?
I don't think that it's a specific pinpoint. This is a colored identity type of thing. One size fits all. We are so diverse, and just in South Africa in general, we're a diverse nation, diverse people. So likewise within the colored community, there's so much diversity, and spreading out to different cities. Coloreds are different, and I think through this song and the way it's going, especially I look at comments on TikTok and I'm like, yo, I didn't know this. I put out a song, and the content is colored community relatable content, or Mzansi related content, or just straight up South African related content, the family Brian needs this type of captions. I put out one when I went to Reveille. Which day was it? I think it was Wednesday. And in Reveille, in colored communities, we have these packets with ice juice, and we call it chupas.
Yeah.
That we call it chupas here, but in the comment section on TikTok, like a whole lot of the people were like, "Oh yeah, in Cape Town we call them this, we call them bompies, this and that." So it's so interesting to also see. Okay, we are colored people, but there's so much difference in different communities and different cities. That's what I'm learning through the song.
And that's very exciting. Talk to us about the inspiration behind Hosh. You know, it's a nice, groovy summer song, and I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. So Hosh is ish. You know what? So we were in China, me and my friend, and a new South African restaurant opened. So we were like, let's make something that's going to fit the vibe for this event. And this is basically what we do. We have like pet show events. We make a song about dogs and cats. This is like one of those events that it's not really serious, but we're gonna probably do a nice thing. So we took our old songs that were like trap, hip hop, or R&B, and we used amapiano instrumentals from YouTube. We performed and it sounded nah. So we were like, and also like and amapiano instruments like mixed, and we were like, yeah, let's make something that's like this. Let's make more of this type of music. We were already doing a little bit of demos for piano and stuff, but this was the first time we were like, nah, let's make more of this. And my friend has always been making I would say Mzansi flavored songs, you know. So we were just like, yeah, okay. Now I started writing through beats on YouTube. Another bra that we know, that my friend knows, makes beats, sending us beats, and we were like, okay. So I wrote this from a YouTube beat. I sent it to Clayton Diamonds. He made the freshest production on this track. This is what you hear right now. So the process was just like, get in the studio and write something, and I wanted to write something that was telling you where I'm from, what I've experienced as a child growing up here in Joburg, and also have fun. It's a lack of time song, you know, like you said, it's summer.
What are some of the experiences that you feel like people don't necessarily know about, especially within the color community?
Well, right now, this is something that's really important, and I think that a lot of people are catching on in the community what's really happening, or rather not happening in our communities such as Westbury and Nuclear, and that's just around the corner here, just down the road. There's a lot of gang violence, shots, people dying. That's like a weekly thing. And there's people that don't know, but a lot of the people do know. Oh, this is happening in Westbury. This happened last night. We were there on Thursday. I think Thursday, nah? I don't know if you were with us, but yeah, Thursday we were in Westbury and in Nuclear. Wednesday as well. Wednesday, Thursday. And a lot of people, because also I live in China, I'm still working there, right? So I'm coming here for this. A lot of people since July were like, no, don't go shoot your music video for Hosh in Westbury. Don't go shoot content in Westbury. Don't go to Nuclear. It's dangerous there, Daniel. But I have friends that live there. Obviously, I'm not going to leave them out of my work. And I used to go around there very often, and we won't say why. So the thing is, I feel like it's crappy for people to bring light to the negative stuff happening in our communities. And what I'm really showing with the content that we are doing is that there's businesses in Westbury, colored owned businessmen like Drew Lee. He's the TikTok barber, that's what they call him in Western. And we've got so many other shops there, like Delilah's, that provide food, lacquer food for our Mensa. So I wanted to shoot there. We went, we had no problems. The owns are with us. We went to Nuclear, we shot there as well. The people understand that Hosh has a different type of message. Yes, it's lacquer times, but it's this type of language is like kind of gangster, you know? It's thuggish. So firstly, the colored people can relate. They understand the type of language, but they know that in this song it's not a confrontational thing. But in our settings, it would be like Osh.
Mm.
You know, you need to stand by that.
Yeah.
So I'm basically showing that not all of us are gangsters. There are entrepreneurs in our communities.
Honest people.
There are dancers. There are lighties that play soccer, and there are artists like myself as well. Yeah.
That's actually a very beautiful thing, because I think a lot of us expect everyone else to speak for our different communities. You know, we can't expect people to speak for the black community. It has to be the black community speaking up, right?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you're also fighting the stereotype, because, you know, people would think because of the gang violence, it's something that everybody does in the community, and that's not the case.
I mean, look, I'm not condoning anything that people do. What we can see right now in our communities is service delivery is like at an all-time low on the government side. And some people will say, don't speak about the government. There's been like, there's still no water in Kari and Westbury. Still no water. And that's been 1-2 weeks. So that's hectic. If the people are rioting, what can you expect? So service delivery is an important thing, and jobs are scarce for our people. I have a degree, right? I applied for so many jobs from 2017 after I graduated. I didn't get a job. I've got a degree. That's why I'm in China. I got a degree. I can use it there. I'm, gotta hustle somewhere. And if our country's not gonna do it for us, so if me with a degree can't get a job, what about the Owens? Some of them didn't finish matric. Some of them maybe didn't get enough money for, or get a bursary. They don't have jobs there. So yeah, there is gang violence, there's gang stuff, and it's manskap, but at the same time they have nothing to do. And the Bible says the devil finds work for idle hands.
Ooh, clock it.
Yeah, but faith without works is dead. So gents, get on the grind and do the work that it takes. Yeah.
It's beautiful though, because you're speaking from the perspective of being in a completely different country, and also being here, right?
Partially.
When you see when you see the opportunities that are here versus that side as well. I'm sure it must break your heart to be like, how many people would thrive with all of this opportunity.
Yes,
and I think your music is going to keep motivating people. So what more can we expect? Is there going to be an EP soon? What can we expect from you in the next couple of months?
So you can expect a single next month, November.
Yeah.
You can expect something in January. We're gonna skip December because I think I'll give you enough vibes for December. And then so January and then May, maybe an EP for you guys. I think that's a good timing.
That's amazing stuff, man. Where can we find you on social media?
Seriously Daniel on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. But what I really want is that Spotify and Apple Music and this radio station, guys. Rather go and stream. You don't even need to follow me, but I'll follow you. Don't worry. Check if you got my content. I'm gonna be on stalk you.
We love to see it, man. Daniel, it sounds like you're seriously Daniel, but you sound unserious. Like you sound like a really chill person.
You can't take yourself too seriously,
right? No, thank you so much for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure having you, and we'll definitely be streaming it. It is a great song. It's a positive song. We need more of that. We've been seeing a lot of the twerking and guns and no, can't we just have a good time?
They need to chill with the guns and stuff, guys.
Can't we just have a good time? Just a nice time. Like positivity, guys. Like we're always just so angry and or
you know
sexual.
What?
It's too much.
Our country has like lack of vibes. Like we have nice stuff. Yo, tourists need to come here, guys. Come. Yeah. And we need to be able to show them Kasi stuff.
Yeah. No, 1000%. Thank you so much, seriously, Daniel, for joining us in studio. We hope it's not the last time we see you. Maybe next year we'll be seeing you celebrating awards, collecting nominations and awards, summers. It's going to happen. It is 8:56 Central African time. Let's take a short break.
Danko.
The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga.
Osh, my ones, last chance for the mensa. Is it my, is it liquor? Osh, my ones, last chance for the mensa. Is it my, is it liquor? coming from the cool cat, colored man, keeping it a buck like from the motherland. Hot not change to a hot shot. Always bring the heat like summer to the top spot. Except on jello my vibes in the videos. I had the crowd for Escom, started shedding loads. So funk tips from the finest, watch really close. I got the fire, but you already know. I speak the truth where I come from, they call it violent. I'm getting older, but I know it's never too late. I'm from the era of apple munchies and Kool-Aid, and getting ice cream at the church on a Sunday. I remember starting brides with the braza. Go shine good, either blackie or a lager. Mr. Kerr told me I must dollar what I dollar. Do it for the fam and the love and the zaga. Osh, my ones, last chance for the mensa. Is it not, is it lekker? Osh, my ones, ready, last chance for the mensa. Is it not, is it lekker? I don't claim the size where they beef, but I don't buy. All I wanna do is make you jive. Selling that water on the track, no Tyler. I'm a bagger, no Kaiser. Western gents with the golfs and the rims, turn the sound up loud. So the windows by the auntie cross the road start to vibrate. Mary start to gyrate. Now it's time to hydrate, roll another high grade. Like racing gate, extend so that's lekker day. Hello, make do come met your good. This must make they die lekker done. Away, like racing gate, extend so that's lekker day. Hello, make do come met your good. This must make they die lekker done. Away, push my ones, last chance for the mensa.
It is Hush by Seriously Daniel, and we just had an amazing chat with him. Thank you so much for pulling up. I always love it. Like, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I always enjoy when people come into studio, because then I just feel like I connect with you more. You know what I mean? It makes me more comfortable to talk to you and ask you these questions. But if you can, do it. If you can't, it's okay too. We still love it either way. And just like that, we wrap up the show. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your girl this morning. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up. From me, Ntsako Mhlanga, it's been absolutely my words, there's no way. I'm gonna do that again, okay? That is self-correction. From me, Ntsako Mhlanga, it's been absolutely fantastic. Have a beautiful and blessed week ahead. Goodbye.
SABC News. The African perspective.
Top stories this hour.